is up, everyone? Welcome to the slowest version of our intro ever.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go. That was really slow. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to the podcast. What?
I was going to start.
Yeah, go for it.
We're the Barnyard Boys, and this is episode 11.
Is it episode 11?
Yes.
Of season 2.
And I keep on cutting into your sentences.
That is perfectly fine. I talk too much anyhow on this podcast. So.
Probably.
Well, welcome in. We invite you into our studio. No, we actually don't. No, I was going to say we invite you into our studio, but we don't.
No. If we would invite you into our studio.
Insert cash or select payment type.
That's very true. We need to stick one of those outside the door and just... Actually, what we need is a recording light that turns on outside. That way people don't walk in on us. Because that has happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That way it's perfectly in here without the crickets.
Right. Exactly. No, dude, today it stank outside. Not stank. It smelled like country. It smelled very lovely. I don't know why, though. Yeah. It was a country smell.
Full of country stuff.
Yeah. Fun fact. Just saying. No, it's... Why are we talking... I was going to say it's colder, but then we're also not a weather podcast.
Yeah.
For some reason, we get on the weather too often. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is episode 11, and we're going to start it off, as usual, per usual, whatever you want to say, with a bi-weekly joke brought to you by my
Darren.
co-host, Darren. Darren.
Okay. Did you hear about the overeducated circle?
No, I haven't.
It has 360 degrees.
Very nice. Not... I was going to say not very funny, but no, it is funny. I just didn't laugh super hard. I'm going to give that a 4.
Nice.
Yeah. It is funny, though, because, yeah.
I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay. Very nice. Was last night, I heard of a joke, and I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I heard of one today. Was it you? Yeah, you told me a joke that was pretty funny. Was it you? No. Someone told me a joke. Both of you told me a joke, and it was funny.
Both of me?
Both you and someone else that I was with.
Yeah.
Said a joke. And they were both funny. But I forget what the one was now. Oh, yeah, no, we won't go there. Yeah. No. So last night I heard a joke too that I thought was funny. So I'm going to share it with you.
Okay. Is it rateable?
It is rateable, I think.
Okay.
It's kind of lame. What do you say when you lose 25% of your roof?
I don't know.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah. Very lame, but kind of funny.
Wow.
I'm going to give that 25%.
What is 25% of...
It'd be 2.5, right?
Yeah.
2.5, something like that. Yeah.
I'll give it 50%.
50%? Okay. Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, is that our jokes? Dude, what we should have is just a whole line. Just a whole episode full of jokes.
Wow.
Wow. That would be a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we'll go there.
Mm-mm.
Because after a while, too many jokes gets to it's so funny that nothing's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And then we'd be wondering...
Why are you running?
Right. Our listeners would just...
Huh?
Yeah. No, so moving on to our AUAQAWSIs and emails.
Yes, sir.
Folks, don't forget to email us and AUAQAWAS. However you say that. Send us questions.
At Carol Q the Jingle.
Yeah. There you go. Very nice. The jingles, yeah. All right, well, we won't go there. So, our first AUAQAWSA says, here's a joke for y'all. What is somewhat cringe, hit or miss, but overall enjoyable? This podcast. That's funny. Just kidding, by the way. Winky face. So, first off, that's funny, but it's also true.
Yes, it
right?
is.
Like, we apologize, and just so you know, sir, who wrote this, we do not take offense to that at all. That is awesome.
Yeah.
But it is true because, I don't know, sometimes, even just recording it, sometimes I'm like, after I'm like, that was really lame. And other times I'm like, that was actually kind of an epic episode.
Other times it gets, what would you call it? It seems lame when we're recording it, but then in post-production, it gets kind of,
Yeah.
What you didn't hear there was about 5 minutes of silence of me trying to find that.
Finding the sound effects. See, our sound effect board got messed up.
Yeah.
By me. I messed it up accidentally. And so now it's harder to find our sound effects. But, yeah. So, funny. Oh. All right, next. AUAQ. Or actually, no, this is an email.
That was an AUQ episode.
That was an AUAQ.
I mean, yeah, duh. This is
an email. Is a joke. The subject line is, this is a joke I made up, RN. Which stands for right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the name of a hippie's wife? Mrs. Hippie.
Nice.
Very good. From Preston. Thank you, Preston. We like that joke. I am going to give that joke a... Oh, we forgot to rate the other joke.
Oh.
I think I'm going to give that a 6. Because I didn't laugh very hard. But not because I didn't agree with it. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. It was a good joke.
Here's a first on the
Because-
podcast, though.
What? Oh,
I'm giving it a 10.
a 10. Okay, because I actually
Because
almost...
it is
100.
the most
Yeah.
true joke
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
I actually almost did that as well. But my process was like, do we want it to be a 10? Yet. Yet. But, yes, I agree. Very good. This joke.
I'm giving it an 8.
I'm going to give this a 6.5. I think.
Sweet.
Maybe just a 6. Yeah, I'm going to drop that down to a 6. Those are 6s. They're good. But, like, I also didn't like... That one joke, that couple episodes back, that was funny.
I can't remember what
Yeah.
it was.
Go back and listen to episode 10. No, what is this? This is 11?
Yes.
It's probably 9.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the one with my... No. Yeah, probably 9. It was the one with my brother on it.
I think that was 8.
Okay, episode 8. I'm terrible with remembering which episodes are which. Next email. Joke. Wait. Oh. I was like... yeah, okay. Pete and Repeat went fishing. Pete went home. Who didn't?
Repeat.
Pete and Repeat went fishing. Pete went home. Who didn't?
Repeat.
Pete went... and Repeat went fishing. Pete went home. Who didn't?
Repeat.
ETC.
That's
Funny.
That's basically, that's literally how the email read it.
That is literally how the email read. Yeah. Good joke.
How the email is read, I should say.
Yeah, it's actually white and black, but that's yeah. Oh,
That's another joke.
yeah, a joke in itself. I'm gonna give that joke a. I've heard that joke since I was like 3, so I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just like,
Nah.
yeah,
That would be the joke that you'd reply the emoji with, just like the...
oh yeah, just the one little like,
No, just the
just the flat,
smile.
flat. Oh, just the
Like,
smile.
the smile with nothing else.
Yeah, just like the. Yeah, I know what you mean. That is all our emails.
And AUAQAWSAs.
Yeah. So we are going to move into a new segment called
We need to get a drum roll of this.
Yeah, we do actually. We never came up with a name for this thing, did we?
I don't think
No.
so.
It's just where sayings originate. So Darren has prepared for us
A comprehensive list of sayings.
comprehensive, exhaustive list of sayings.
Yes, just like Strong's Concordance.
Yes. As we unfold the paper.
ASMR.
Oh, that was very nice. We've got a lot of sayings, folks. And I don't think we're going to hit them up all today. Will we?
No.
So,
There's like 50 plus in
okay, yeah, we're not going to do that. But let's hit
We
up
could-
at least 2 and see where it goes from there. So, first saying is...
Turn a blind eye.
Okay, so how would you use that saying? We got to
Yeah.
lay it out.
If I'd use turn a blind eye, I'd just say, like, if I knew about something that was happening
Yeah.
and I was basically giving someone permission to do it, I'd just say, don't worry, I'll turn them. Or, I don't know.
Or I'm just thinking like, so a parent, okay? I'm
Yeah.
not sure why I'm thinking this. A parent and a kid, okay? So the kid is doing something naughty and the parent, and this is a bad parent, doesn't want to take responsibility for it. For some reason,
yeah.
they would turn a blind eye. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
I'd use it probably more in a past tense. Like, if
Right.
I would say turn a blind eye, I'd use it
Like that person has turned.
after. Yes,
Yeah.
after. Like, if I would do it, I wouldn't
Yeah.
tell the person, don't worry, I'll just turn a blind eye.
Right.
I would have said, I turned a blind eye.
Yep, I turned a blind eye to it. Yeah.
Anyways, the origin of this is... Okay, I'm just going to read this because I don't want to
Mess it up.
paraphrase.
Okay.
Interestingly, this expression is said to have arisen as a result of the famous English naval hero Admiral Horatio Nelson, who, during the Battle of Copenhagen in 1801, is alleged to have deliberately raised his telescope to his blind eye, thus ensuring that he would not see any signal from his superior, giving him discretion to withdraw from the battle.
I see. So the guy just goes and like, but how does that make sense? He wanted to,
Like he was
Looking?
looking for a signal.
yeah, but not actually seeing anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sneaky fella.
What a guy. Yeah.
The second one is
Yeah.
actually kind of, like, actually interesting.
Yeah.
Mad as a hatter.
Okay, I think I've heard that before. It's not super common though. I don't think
Yeah.
so. I haven't heard it often.
A similar expression is mad as a March hare.
Okay, so how would you use it? It's just like this guy was mad as a hatter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
so he's
they
just,
have an
like,
example here and it
Very
says
mad.
you could ask him, but he's mad as a hatter.
Okay, so this guy is just like, it just means like really mad. Is that right? Like
I
kind
don't
of?
think mad. It's just kind of more mad as in crazy.
Oh, okay. So the guy's crazy.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically.
Oh, not angry mad, but like a mad scientist.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
Okay. While Hatter refers to Lewis Carroll's Mad Hatter character in Alice in Wonderland, the expression has its origins in the effects of the chronic mercury poisoning
Wait, okay.
commonly experienced by the 18th and 19th century hat manufacturers owing to the use of mercurous nitrate in felt hats.
Okay. First off, mind blown.
Yes.
What does that mean? So, basically, these people would get mercury poisoning
Yeah,
from hats.
I guess.
Okay? And it's saying that that came from... Which was first, the mercury poisoning or Alice in the Wonderland?
I don't know. Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
My mind is somewhat blown from that.
Mm-hmm.
That's epic. Okay, shall we do one more?
I guess we can.
Okay.
The last one. I don't know if any of you have heard this. It's a rather obscure saying.
Okay.
I myself only
Used it once.
used it never.
Used it now.
But-
Okay.
When I read it, I remembered hearing it
Okay.
somewhere. Throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that I've ever used it, but I have heard it.
Definition.
Don't do that, folks, by the way. That's not nice.
The definition of that saying is getting rid of something valuable in the process of eliminating the unnecessary.
Exactly. So, like, let's say, never mind. I can't think of what I was gonna say.
Anyways, the origin. During the early 1500s.
Hold on. Well, no, keep going. I just hope that's not real. Keep going.
Hope what's not
Yeah,
real.
no, keep going.
Family. Okay, this might be somewhat false because I read it too and I was like, are you sure about that?
Okay. Well, okay, yeah.
During the early 1500s, I'm gonna add allegedly in there. Families allegedly bathed only once a year, and they also used, allegedly, the same water for every person in the family.
Okay, now, why would you only bath once a year?
I don't know. Allegedly.
Yeah, I know, but okay, so I'm just thinking like maybe a warm bath once a year?
Maybe.
Keep going.
Anyways, the parents would go first. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parents would go first, and the children would go last. By that time, the water would have been filthy from everyone who had already bathed. Because the babies were the last in the tub, which was now very dirty, there was a risk of accidentally throwing the bath water out with the baby still in it.
Because you couldn't see the baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's rough.
So there you go.
It's like the dad going to throw. Hey, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
You know what? Write that down somewhere on a piece of papyrus.
That's good. In many years from now, we're going to be using that. Yeah, that seems
People
a little...
in 1,000 years from now in their flying cars.
Yeah.
And their teleportation machines.
Can time travel back here?
To witness it.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah. So, now, last episode, we said this episode, we're going to talk about the Boston Tea Party.
Check back next episode. All about the Boston Tea Party.
So, the Boston Tea Party, for those of you who don't know, was not actually a tea party. December 16th, 1773. These guys... Is that the right... I actually think that's the right date.
This has been fact-checked and it is the right date.
I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds
I just learned out.
Learned out?
I just learned about this in history the other day.
Yeah. Well, I actually... Okay. So, fun fact. I thought the Boston Tea Party... Okay, I didn't really... And I still don't. I don't really get it. Okay? Like, I kind of do. It was a protest.
Yes.
These guys go and... Actually, hold on. Okay. So, 1773. History lesson.
Yes.
1773. 3 years before we, the United States of America...
We, the people
of America.
of the United States of America.
Yep. Y'all listening that are not from America, you are not included in this. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, but you're not. Like, you can listen in, you can pretend, but you are not we. No, man, you can join in. Whatever. I don't care. We've got open borders anyhow.
Run.
Yeah. So, before we declared independence from Britain. Yeah.
Yes. Britain, England, same thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I hope.
That place is messed up. I can't figure that place out. There's too many. Like, what's the UK? Yeah. Like, I don't understand the difference between... And I haven't done the research, but I don't understand the difference between Britain, England, and the UK.
Me neither.
Except one of them... I think England is the country, right? I don't know.
Yes.
Folks, if you know, you can email us and let us know.
Yes.
So, 3 years before we declared independence, the Britain guys... The British, that's what they're
Yes.
called, say, you know what? We're going to put a tax on tea. Now, this was not tea, I'm assuming. I don't know, actually. But I'm pretty sure this was not like sweet tea. Okay? Like, and not bottled up either. Like, I think it was the leaves, right?
Yes.
Tea leaves. Probably dried leaves. Probably ready for water. Hot water. I don't think they had cold brew back then. Did they have cold brew?
I'm not sure.
So,
And this was following a couple of other tax laws.
yes, taxes on things like, I forget.
I know the names, but yeah, there was one of them was like the Stamp Act.
Yeah, there were like different things that
Taxes on import, export.
Yeah.
Rules about who the American colonies could trade with.
Right. Because they were only allowed to buy tea from this certain company, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So, the ships come in. 3 big ships. Mm-hmm. They didn't have motors back then. What did they have? Sails?
More just like rowing. And
Yeah. Did they row?
sails.
Or did they sail? Also, how did they sail? Folks, help me out. How do they sail the other way? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can sail with the wind, but when you want to come back... I'm really displaying my ignorance here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know how they sail back, but they're coming across the water, right?
Yes.
And
Into port.
And these guys wanted to protest by not paying taxes. So what they did was they dressed up
By cover of night.
First
of all.
Oh yeah, and their names were the Sons of Liberty, is what they called themselves. They dressed up like Indians.
Which should just actually be called Native Americans.
Dressed up as Native Americans.
Because
Indians
the whole reason they were called Indians was because Christopher Columbus thought he had sailed around the world and was at India.
Dude, Christopher Columbus, get your act together. This was so North America. So, they show up and they dress up as Native Americans. A certain tribe, but I forget which one. And they go out there. I'm imagining they have, like, swords?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. You'd imagine that they had some kind of protection. But maybe not. They go out there. And they dump all the tea into the Boston Harbor.
And we say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, I've always wondered this. Did the harbor turn into tea?
Yeah.
Okay, like...
That's what I wondered, too.
I forget how many thingies of tea they threw in the
I
water.
almost think it was some 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, well, it was 3 ships.
Yeah.
And so that has to be a lot of tea. Well, dude, you just take your cup out there, drink up tea. But I had to think about, is that why we as Americans drink coffee? Because the tea is taxed.
I don't know.
Like, maybe that's where we get our coffee from. Because...
We get our coffee from South America.
Well, yeah, I know we get... I'm just saying, like... So they're there throwing the tea out in the water. They didn't want it anyhow. Who drinks tea?
Georgians.
Yeah, well, and I do too. Oh, yeah, actually, sweet tea. I'm sorry. When I'm referring to tea, in this case, I'm referring to hot water with a little bit of flavor in it. Speaking of, there are people that make their coffee like they do tea. In the sense, it's like black water.
Okay.
Weak coffee.
Now with stuff like cold brew, I think you do that kind of like tea. Some.
Yeah.
But you have to leave it in for like
a while.
If it's like a tea bag or whatever, you'd have to leave the bag in there for a couple hours, I think.
Okay.
For it to actually absorb all absorb all the flavor.
The flavor, yeah.
But yeah.
So shout out to our forefathers, the Sons of Liberty. Were they our forefathers? Maybe not. I don't know.
Some of them were.
Yeah. Our founding fathers. There you
Yes.
go. That's the word. Our founding fathers.
Who died.
I actually don't know. Were there any casualties on the Boston Tea Party?
I don't think so.
Well, good for them.
But then the British actually like shut down that harbor.
Yeah, they did.
So nothing could happen there.
Well, and then not long later, the Revolutionary War started. And let me tell you, there were some casualties in that. But now we declared our independence from that.
We declared our independence from Britain.
From King George. Is that his name?
Yeah.
George, yeah.
I think the third.
Now we're a free country. Supposed to be.
No, take that supposed to be and speed it up. Supposed to be, supposedly.
Supposedly. Anyhow, shout out to... Now, I don't drink a whole lot of tea, but I do drink real tea from The real kind of tea, the southern tea, the sweet tea, the good, real tea. Folks, shout out to our southern friends that make good tea.
Hello.
I can always appreciate that. And if you want, email us some tea.
Yeah.
That would be nice. We would.
Or just email us a recipe.
There you go. Oh, we would take that. Well, yeah, no, we would actually. If you have a favorite tea recipe, email it to us. And what we should do is make the tea and then try it on a podcast.
Ooh,
Let's
yes.
go. Actually, folks, if you do have a favorite tea recipe, or any recipe, honestly, any recipe, we'll take recipes. Starting today, you can email us your favorite recipes. And I'm not much of a cook, but I could probably find someone. We could probably find someone to make us some tea or cookies.
I don't know. Maybe together we'd have enough rudimentary knowledge to...
Yeah, we could probably
something.
manage something together. Have a podcast of us cooking.
Just bring the mic and everything into a kitchen.
Yeah.
Make it our first video podcast.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. We didn't do that sometime. But no, I love good sweet tea.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyhow, so that's the Boston Tea Party.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did that a little differently than what we thought we would because
Yeah.
I think we were going to act as if it was current
Yeah.
or something. I forget what we were going to do. If you want any other stories like this, let us know.
Yeah.
And which stories you want. Because we can do what stories can we do? I mean, we did the Boston Tea Party.
David and Goliath.
Oh, we could do David and Goliath. Actually, we should. We could do David and Goliath. We could do... What's the guy?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Albert Einstein? We could
Yes.
we could do Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
We could do Daniel and the Lion's Den.
We can do Daniel Boone. Daniel
Or-
Boone.
Or we could do the history of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Wow.
Wow. Turning into a history podcast. No. If you want to hear us tell a story.
Turns out we're just working for the History Channel.
Yeah, actually. History.com. Is that what? I have no clue.
/Barney. No,
Yeah.
don't.
No, it's not.
You'll
No.
probably get redirected to some website claiming you won $1 million.
Disclaimer, don't visit any websites you think are fishy. See what I did there?
Yeah.
So, we're going to do a segment called The Other Side of the Barnyard. You don't know what I'm about to say, do you?
No, I don't.
All right. Which one is better? High fives, fist bumps, or handshakes? Should the high fives and fist bumps replace the handshake?
Oh, boy.
Which one is your favorite?
I don't know. It depends.
It does depend. So, let's say you meet an old man. What do you do? An elderly man. Elderly gentleman. What do you do?
Shake his
You
hand.
shake his hand. Let's say you meet a 5-year-old kid. What do you do?
Fist bump.
Right. So, my argument, I'm not actually for this, folks. Because I think the handshake is important.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm going to argue that the fist bumps will be the new handshake in 15 years.
Okay.
Do you agree with me? Or are you going to take the other side of the barnyard?
I'm going to have to go on the other side of the barnyard.
Okay, so you don't think that fist bumps will replace handshakes at all? Or just not in the next 15 years?
I don't think in the next 15 years.
Okay. 30? That's double.
I don't know. Maybe 50.
50 years. By then, I think we've moved on to something else.
Maybe.
I'm going to do a little research here, folks. Okay, so fist bumps started being a thing. First fist bump was 1970-ish, something like that, I think. So they've had some time. And I would argue even over the last 10 years, they've become wildly more popular than what they were before that.
I guess that has been a little over 50 years.
Yeah. So it's not like they're old technology. Like,
Well, they are actually kind of.
oh, yeah, sorry. No, I meant it's not like they're new technology.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant. So
compared with computers,
compared to,
they're
like,
definitely
computers.
old technology.
Right. So I'm just thinking, like, they'll like, okay, during the pandemic, that was started becoming a thing, even the formal greeting. Well, actually, no, it's the elbow bump, right? People do elbow bump. Only that. That's awkward. But I think even in that era, since that era, they've become more popular even as a professional greeting, somewhat.
Wow,
I think.
that's kind of weird.
So you don't agree with me
In the next 15 years, no.
that, like, you'll walk into an office and be, hey man, and we'll fist bump each other? It's like 15 years. Think of it. A kid that's like 4 now.
Yeah.
Well, no. Okay, a 6-year-old. Okay, you got a 6-year-old kid. He's been raised on fist bumps, right? That's how you greet him, right? He's gonna come into the offices. He's gonna be a young guy in offices,
In 2039,
meeting potentially other young guys. You think they're gonna shake hands?
probably not.
See?
But yes, but
And
it's not.
that will translate into older people as well.
Yes, but it's not going to be completely changed.
No, the handshake's not going to be extinct, I don't think.
But
But the fist bump,
but you're saying the fist bump is going to be
I don't know.
like a handshake is now.
I don't know. Just to clear the air, I'm not actually saying this from my perspective. I'm saying this
Yes.
more from an argument perspective. That it will.
But the argument perspective would be
That it would not 100%.
It will be the handshake.
It will be the most accepted form of greeting.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
even a formal greeting. So you have, let's say you go to the president. You're probably still going to shake hands, right? But maybe before you leave the president, you'll be, all right, instead of shaking hands, you'll do a fist bump. Like that is kind of my thought.
I mean, I can see.
You can go with that.
I don't know.
Will the high five ever get anywhere? Like, that's more of a celebratory.
Yeah.
It's not a form of greeting.
No.
Hey!
Not really.
I mean, there are, yeah. But
Yeah. I'm not.
even fist bump can tend to be somewhat celebratory. But I also feel like it can be a greeting.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Yeah. Folks, maybe the fist bump.
FBI, open up!
Hey, get it back out there. All right.
We've been using their time travel machine.
Oh. And they didn't like that?
No.
Well, we figured out the scheme. Start using fist bumps, everyone. Unless, actually, no, hang on to the handshake. I do
Yes.
like the handshake. The handshake is solid, especially if you give a solid handshake.
Yeah.
That's good. Give people handshakes. And maybe, if you don't want the fist bump to become a thing, quit giving kids fist bumps and start giving them handshakes. However, I love fist bumps, and so I'm going to keep giving people fist bumps. But I'll also give you a handshake if you want a handshake.
Nice.
So, yeah. There's people then that, like, you try to give a fist bump to, and they leave you hanging.
Yeah.
And it's like, rip.
Oof.
Yeah. So we're going to fist bump our way out of here. Is that right?
I guess.
Yeah. Don't forget to email us our stories. Stories? Yeah, stories that we want to. There you go. Consistent fist bumping. Stories that's getting awkward. Yeah. Don't forget to email us stories that you want us to tell.
At
Barnyardboys@tech.com. That was too fast.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Barnyard Boys.
At
DUCK. Dot.
com.
That's COM, folks. Alright. See you? Oh, wait. Is there anything else we need to say?
Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to keep connecting the dots using invisible ink.
That's right, folks. We don't
Sometimes
put
the
that on.
dots will be invisible,
Sometimes the ink will be. Always the ink will be invisible.
but just keep trying.
Connecting them dots. Eventually, we'll make a pattern. Alright. Was this a hit or a miss? Or just outright cringe?
It was made.
Alright, folks. We'll see you all next time.
Goodbye.